House of Greece and Denmark mourns the loss. Prince Michael of Greece and Denmark passes away. Duchess Sophia's second uncle and first cousin, Prince Michael of Greece and Denmark, passed away this past weekend at the age of 85 at a hospital in Athens. He will be laid to rest in the city. On his mother's side, Prince Michael was the last living grandson of King George I of Greece. He was also a member of the Bourbon family. Despite his royal lineage, Michael married the artist Marina Carella in 1965, giving up his inheritance rights. Marina Carella went on to become a prominent historian, writing under the pseudonym Michelle de Gra. Both princesses were born to the couple, Olga of Seavoy, Aostar, and Alexander of Greece. The only son of the Duke of Edinburgh and his second wife, Princess Francisca of Mourns, Michael was born in Rome in 1939 to Prince Christopher of Greece, who was the younger brother of the Duke. When the prince was just 1 year old, his father passed away at the age of 51 in 1940. His mother passed away in 1953, leaving the prince orphaned at the age of 14. He was placed in the care of his uncle, Henry of Orleans, Count of Paris. Throughout World War II, Michael, who had royal ties to several countries, lived in Morocco, Malaga, Spain, and Paris. After the war, he returned to Greece and became an invaluable ally to the Greek royal family. George, Princess Frederica, Prince Paul, and their three offspring Sophia and Prince Constantine and Irene in 1954, Michael was also a member of a voyage that Queen Frederica had arranged to unite the young royal heirs of Europe. Michael decided to study political science in Paris. He then did his military service in Greece in the Greek Coast Guard. He was the only member of the Greek royal family left in the country in 1967 when a coup occurred and King Constantine, his nephew, was forced to leave the country with his family. However, Michael gave up his claim to the Greek throne to marry the famous artist Marina Carella in 1965. As it was a marriage to a commoner, it was his romance with painter and sculptor Marina Carella that made him so popular among his countrymen. The couple met in a man at a party at a mutual friend's house, and the prince was immediately charmed by the young artist, the daughter of Finzen industrialist Theodoros San. She had studied fine art in Greece and Paris, which brought them especially close since Michael's mother was French and he himself had been educated on French soil. It was love at first sight. I found her charming. She was very kind to me, and meeting her was like a revelation. The prince recalled in his memoirs they became engaged a few weeks later, but it took 2 years before Michael received the royal family's permission and gave up his claim to the Greek throne to marry a girl without royal blood. Michael always claimed that this renunciation gave him a great sense of freedom and allowed him to choose his own life. The wedding took place on February 7, 1965 at the Royal Palace in Athens, and was a big event attended by members of the Greek royal family and the Countess of Paris, his grandmother. The couple settled in New York for more than a decade and then in Paris before returning to Greece. The prince became a celebrated novelist, biographer, historian specializing in ancient Greece, the Ottoman Empire, and European royal families. He traveled extensively and had a passion for photography, and the prince and his wife settled on the island of Patmos in Greece. What does it mean to be a prince? He wondered in a recent interview. It's to be like everyone else, but also to be considered someone special. I respect the past, but I think royalty is not interesting, that it's a relic. In 2023, he published an illustrated autobiography in which he revealed all the details of a legendary past that he said no longer existed. He dedicated many novels to his ancestors, such as The Last Kings, The Farewell Empress, and The Regent. The passing of Prince Michael of Greece and Denmark marks the end of an era, and is a poignant reminder of the tangled tapestry of Europe. His life, which was full of privilege and the polar opposite, exemplifies the changing face of monarchy and modern-day loyalty in Europe, in contrast to many of his contemporaries. By renunciating his right to the Greek throne in the name of love, Michael broke with the conventional wisdom of his family and the values of his day, at a time when many doubted the monarchy's continued importance. The life of Michael demonstrates that there are other forms of nobility besides titles and crowns. His intellectual. Many people in today's society are trying to find their own identity outside of inherited expectations, and this man's pursuits and literary and historical contributions demonstrate that he was fully involved with the world around him, going far beyond the gilded walls of palaces. As society progresses and our understanding of leadership changes, it's becoming more apparent that the lasting impact of royalty may not come from their titles but from the decisions they made and the knowledge and culture they contributed. This makes one wonder about the future of monarchies, as Michael points out. Even in his latter years, Michael's life story, filled with love, brilliance, curiosity, and a strong sense of self, offers a tale that goes beyond the conventional limits of monarchy. In his works like The Last Kings and The Empress's Farewell, Michael devoted himself to writing history so that his ancestors' stories and the lessons they taught would live on. These books give readers a deeper understanding of the royal family's complicated life and the historical setting in which these figures lived. As we bid farewell to Prince Michael, we are reminded that a man's life is truly measured by the legacy he leaves behind. His remarkable journey from a young prince to a revered historian and writer stands as a testament to the power of change, love, and intellectual pursuit. As we celebrate his life, we also honor the tenacity of the human spirit in its search for purpose and meaning. We are here today to say goodbye to an extraordinary man whose life was filled with regal grandeur and personal achievement, going above and beyond what has been customary and expected. With his passing at the age of 85, Prince Michael of Greece and Denmark, the last grandchild of King George I of Greece, shuts a period in the annals of European royal families. Many knew him as Michelle de Gra, but Prince Michael was more than a member of the royal family. He was a free spirit who married artist Marina Carella, foregoing his right to the kingdom in the sake of love and independence. He demonstrated his profound humanity and pursuit of personal pleasure by taking this seemingly unconventional step. In addition to his responsibilities as a monarch, he had a prolific literary career and made important contributions to our understanding of ancient Greece, the Ottoman Empire, and the royal families of Europe through his books. Generations to come will be inspired and enlightened by his works like The Farewell Empress and The Last Kings. Prince Michael's life is an inspiring tale of love, freedom, and the quest of knowledge. He proved that even in a world of royal dynasties, one can find their own path and remain authentic. Today, we remember not just a prince, but a man whose impact on history and the lives of those who knew him will be felt. May his legacy inspire us to achieve great things. Please subscribe to our channel to stay updated on new videos and to express your ideas in the comments.